Hello everyone, myself Mr. Sandeep. Today I am present here with a session on mathematics for class 8. In the last session, we have started our chapter number 2, that is exponents and powers. We have solved processing 1, which was based on some laws of the exponent. I hope you have learned that laws of the exponents and completed that processing number 1 also. So with that hope, I am going to start with the processing number 2 in this session. But before moving towards the processing number 2, let me introduce with you uh, about the standard form and the general form of any number, right? So let's start with the standard form and the general form of a number. Maybe you have studied about it in the earlier classes also. Okay, maybe you have done in 7th class as well as in 6th class also. So here we go with the standard form. So suppose you are given with a number that is 2359205. It's a big number. Then you need to convert it into the standard form. So first of all, you must know what is the standard form. So any number in which the decimal is here on the first number on the after the one digit. In the standard form, always the decimal is there after one digit, thereafter following by the rest of the digits. Clear? So now you can see here 2359205. It means now you can see here no decimal is shown over here in this number. It means where decimal is not shown, it means the decimal is here in the last. Okay? So like uh, suppose on any item when you goes to the market, it is written their price is 45.00, mean to say the price of the item is 45 rupees only. So only decimal is placed, after that two zeros are put over there. So that is the standard form for writing the cost of any item. Clear? So 45. Otherwise if you are writing only 45 like this also, so that means also 45. This also means as a 45. So there is a difference of the representation of the number, that's it. Otherwise there is no difference. So here also we are trying to do the same. We are just trying to convert the general form into the standard form. This is called as general form and this is called as a standard form. Now see, decimal is here. Now we want to convert it into standard form. So how many places you have to shift the decimal? One, two, three, four, five, six. Six places towards the left. So your standard form will be 2.359205 into 10 raised to the power 6 will come over here. Because why 10 raised to the power 6? Because we have shifted the decimal how many places? 6 places. So that's why we are placing here 10 raised to the power 6. So this is called the standard form of this number. Clear? Then come to the next example. So in first case we have placed the decimal in the last, and now we are placing the decimal in the starting. 0.325929. So I told you every time the decimal will be placed after one digit in standard form. So now what you need to do here? You will shift the decimal towards the right hand side, right? So when you will shift the decimal towards the right hand side, the power will be negative. Okay, you have to learn from the given examples. Shifting the decimal from right to left, that means power is positive, and shifting the decimal from left to right, that means power will be negative. Clear? So how many places we are shifting the decimal? One place. It means it will be multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus 1. Clear? So that is the standard form of this number. So let's take one more example. So we have placed some zeros in front of the non-zero numbers. So only thing you need to count the number of places. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many places we have to move the decimal? 6 places. So the number will be written as 7.29 multiply by 10 raised to the power minus 6. So this will be the standard form. Clear? Now come to the reverse pattern. So this is how you can write down the general form into standard form. Now in some question you have to write down standard form to general form also. So how to do that? Suppose you are given the number in the standard form that is 8.25 into 10 raised to the power minus 5. Okay. So keep in your mind that negative power is there. It means you have to shift the decimal to the left hand side. Clear? The first way, either you keep it in the mind, either cram the rule, or you have to go with the simple method. So what is that method? 10 raised to the power minus 5. If you remember, in the last processing we have done the method how to make a power positive. If you bring this power 10 raised to the power minus 5 downwards in the denominator, then it will change its sign. So when you will shift it in the new denominator, it will become 10 raised to the power plus 5. Clear? Now here we are dividing by 10 raised to the power 5. What do you mean by 10 raised to the power 5? It means 1, after that put 5 zeros. So whenever we are dividing by zeros, the decimal always shift toward the left hand side. So according to that, it will shift how many places? 5 places. So let's start counting from here. So this is first place. 8 will be the first place. So this is 1. No other digit is there, so you will place here 0. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. After that put the decimal. So this will be the general form of this given number. Clear? Now it is there in our mind, if negative power is there, the decimal will shift towards the left, and now if it is positive power, then the decimal will shift towards the right hand side. Now see, 5, 10 raised to the power plus 5, it means the decimal will shift towards the right hand side. How many places? 5 places. 5 means this power 5. Clear? So let's count the digits. 1 2 1 sorry 1 2. After that no digit is there, so start putting the zeros. 3 4 5. 5 places are over. After that, if you put the decimal over here, then it becomes the same case as given in the first one. Okay, so no need to put the decimal in the last. There is no meaning of that. Clear? So both are the same thing, either you put the decimal here or not, both are correct. Clear? I hope you have understood the standard form and the general form. So you can try yourself at your home. Write down some numbers, try to convert into standard form, then try to write down some numbers in standard form with the positive exponent and with the negative exponent. Then try to convert into the general form. Clear? So see here, this is the number with negative exponent, and this is the example of the number with the positive exponent. Clear? So this thing will come in the processing number 2. So keep in your mind. Then in the processing, you will also get this type of question, that which is greater, which is smaller. So always when you have to compare the standard forms, you need to see the power of 10. So here we are comparing 10 raised to the power 5 and 10 raised to the power minus 5. So which one will be greater? This one will be greater. Why? Because I have written the reason over here, that positive power is always greater. Okay, in the number, if you are getting here positive power, suppose in some cases you are getting, suppose 10 raised to the power 2, other way you are getting 10 raised to the power minus 4. So I told you the rule that positive power is always greater than the negative power, so you will put the greater sign like this. Clear? Now after that, second case you may get that both powers are negative. Now how to decide which one is greater and which one is smaller? So see here, if you have the knowledge of integer, which one is greater, minus 5 or minus 2? Minus 2 is greater. It means this one will be greater. Clear? So this depends on your knowledge of integers. So like this you can compare the powers also. Okay. So I think this much knowledge is enough for starting our processing 2. So let's begin with our processing number 2. So here comes your first question. In question number 1, it is given that mark the correct option for the following. Okay, so 70,000 is given to you. They are asking to write down, they are asking this can be written as in the following form. So 4 options are given to you. Out of 4, you have to select 1. So all are given in the standard form. It means just don't look at the options, you have to do yourself. 70,000 can be written as 7.0 into 10 raised to the power 4. So we are, it means no decimal is there, it means decimal is there in the last. So we are shifting the decimal towards left hand side. It means exponent will be positive. How many places we are shifting? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 places we are shifting the decimal. It means 7 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 4 will be there, and that is matching with your second part. Clear? In the same way, B part is there. They are saying 5.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 can be written as the following. Now, this is general to standard, and this is regarding standard to general. So that's why we have discussed on the last page that 5.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 5 can be written as, so minus 5, negative exponent is there. You need to shift the decimal 5 places towards the left hand side. Clear? So your first digit will be 5. This is 1. This will be 2, 3, 4, 5. After that, put the decimal, and this will be your answer. Clear? And that is matching with your second part. That is second option. Now in the C part, they are saying this can be written as. So this general form has to be converted into standard form. Now see, no decimal is placed in the number. It means decimal is there in the last. So we can shift the decimal 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So 12 places we have to shift the decimal. So it means 3 point all the non-zero numbers multiply by 10 raised to the power 12. So this is your answer, and that is matching with your option number 1. Clear? Sometimes here the zeros are given in the last. Suppose here 6 zeros are given in the last. Then when you are writing the standard form, then no need to write down the zeros in the last. This is up to you only. Okay. Otherwise, that doesn't make any difference. Either you put the zeros or not. So both are the same thing. Otherwise, non-zero number you have to place here. Right? Then come to the second question. Second question is regarding which is greater and which is smaller. Okay. So three parts are given to you, and we have written over here 2.3 into 10 raised to the power 5, 7.2 into 10 raised to the power minus 3. So I told you in on the last page that how to compare the given numbers in the standard form. First of all, look at their powers, exponents. Here positive exponent, here negative. So without thinking anything, you can place the sign like this. This is greater than this because here positive exponent is there. Now come to the second, minus 4, minus 2. Now again you are getting here both negative exponent. I told you which one is greater. Minus 2 is greater than minus 4, so this will be greater. Okay, so this doesn't make any difference. So these powers are the main thing. Okay, then next one. Now here you are getting 10 raised to the power minus 6 and 10 raised to the power minus 5. So which one is greater? This one is greater. Clear? And one time you have to look at there also. When there is a small difference in the powers, always look at this number also. Clear? Then come to the question number 3. So you are given with some numbers, you need to convert into the standard form, and I hope you have understood the standard form on the last page only, right? So this is the first example. The first part you are given with no decimal is placed over here. It means decimal is in the last. So where we will shift the decimal? After one digit. So count the number of digits you have to shift the decimal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 places are there through which we have to shift the decimal. So it will be 7.32 multiplied by 10 raised to the power 8. Right? So this is shifting decimal from right to left. And next part is from left to right. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Minus 6 power will be there. Before that put 2.03. Clear? So next two parts are solved here. So 9 is there. 9 means 9.0 and can be written as 9.0 into 10 raised to the power 0 because decimal is already on its perfect place. Clear? So no need to shift it. It means how many places we have shifted the decimal? 0 places. So that's why 10 raised to the power 0. Okay, because any number raised to the power 0 is equal to 1, and 1 multiplied by any number will remain as the same as number. Clear? So this one you may try. D part, the answer I have written over here. So question number 4 is regarding complete the following table. You can see in your book one table is given to you, in which at the first number this number is given. In the second column expanded form you have to write down. In the third column you have to write down the standard form. Clear? So before that, let me tell you about the expanded form. All of you knows about this place. This is ones place, this is tens place, this is hundred place, this is thousand place, right? Ones, tens, hundred, thousand, we all are aware about that. Okay, we are doing it from the fourth class. Now after decimal, this is not the ones place, this will be your 10th place. This is your 10th place. Either this side is your tens and this side it will be 10th. Th will be there in the last, right? And what do you mean by 10th? 1 upon 10, or you can say 10 raised to the power minus 1. Next one will be 100th. There is no 1th place here, it always start from 10th place. This is 100th place ending with th. It means 1 upon 100, or you can also say 10 raised to the power minus 2. This can be written as 10 raised to the power minus 1, and this will be your 1000th place, or you can write down 10 raised to the power minus 3. Clear? So now you are able to write down the standard expanded form and standard sorry, you may write down now expanded form and standard form already we have done. Okay, so let's come for the first part. So first number is given to you. You can have a look on the given table. See here. So in the first part, usual form is given to you. You need to write down the expanded form as well as the standard form. In the B part, you are given with the expanded form. You need to write down the usual form as well as the standard form. So I am discussing the A part. Rest part will be your homework. You have to try yourself, okay? Because it is very simple thing. So this is the given number. Expanded form will be like this. Now let us start with the this one place. Which place is this? This is ones, tens, hundred, and thousand place. So it will be 10 into 7 into 10 raised to the power 3 plus 2 multiply by 100. This is the 100 place. So 2 multiply by 10 raised to the power 2 plus 9 multiply by 10 raised to the power 1 and 3 multiply by 10 raised to the power 0. Clear? So I think all of you are aware about this expanded form because we have done in junior classes, right? Now after that, put the plus sign. Plus, this is the 10th place. So it will be written as 4 multiplied by 10 raised to the power minus place. As you are multiplying the ones place by 10 raised to the power 0, that means 1. Okay, tens place will be multiplied by 10 only. It means 10 raised to the power 1. 100 place will be multiplied by 100, that is 10 raised to the power 2. In the same way, you have to write down here the 10th place will be multiplied by 1 upon 10. That means 10 raised to the power minus 1. And 100th place will be multiplied by 1 upon 100. That is 10 raised to the power minus 2. And next one, 7 into 10 raised to the power 3. That is 1000th place. Clear? So I hope you have understood the expanded form. So rest of the part you have to try yourself. You will be able to solve it. Then for same you have to write down the standard form. So it's easy. You need to shift the decimal 1, 2, 3 places. So this will give you 7.293467 into 10 raised to the power 3. That is your standard form. Clear? Now come to the question number 5, in which you are given with some of the numbers and they are asking which numbers are with the positive exponent and which are with the negative exponent. So for that, suppose this is the given number. Now it is given in the general form. So what you will do first? First of all, you will convert into the standard form. Then you will check out this power. Positive one, it means this is the number with the positive exponent. So again, that is very simple, which is based on the standard form only. Second one, minus 0.0000, whatever is there, 327,000. So first of all, you will write down the standard form. What will be the standard form of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you are shifting the decimal 6 places towards the right hand side. It means it will be 3.27 into 10 raised to the power minus 6. So we are now able to write down the standard form. On the basis of this, we can give the answer that because of this minus 6, we can say that this is a number with the negative exponent. Clear? So like this, you have to solve rest of the parts. 4, 5, 6 numbers are given to you in the book. So every part has to be converted into the standard form first. After that, you have to decide which number is with the positive exponent and which numbers are with the negative exponent. Clear? So let's move to our question number 6. A state government spent approximately rupees 7.2 into 10 raised to the power 9 in a housing scheme in 2001. So this much is the amount which is spent in 2001 in the housing scheme, and in 2003 8.5 into 10 raised to the power 10 rupees has been spent in the housing scheme. Now the question is, in which year was it more? Right, in which year it was more? It means you need to compare both the numbers. And by how much? By how much means you need to subtract them also. Okay, so express the result in the standard form. Whatever the result will be there in the last, we have to convert into standard form also. Clear? Now here you have to compare these two numbers, but directly we can say, see here, this is 7.2 and this is 8.5. Both are approximately same numbers. Okay, this is 8.5 and this is 7.2. There is not so much difference between these two, but here you can see 10 raised to the power 10 and this is 10 raised to the power 9. On the basis of that rule I told you earlier, you have to look at the power. Positive 10 is greater than positive 9. It means this number will be greater. But they are asking, also asking about the by how much. For that you must has to make their powers same. So how to convert into the same powers? So what I am doing here, out of this 10 raised to the power 10, 110 I am multiplying here. Okay, out, what do you mean by 10 raised to the power 10? It means 10 are multiplying. 10 is multiplying 10 times. So out of that 10 times, you just take out 110 out and multiply here with 8.5. So 8.5 multiplied by 10 will give you 85. Multiply by 10 raised to the power 9. Now you can see I have made both the powers same. 10 raised to the power 9, 10 raised to the power 9. Now we can easily tell that 85 is greater than 7.2. Okay, so therefore money was spent more in 2003. So this is our first answer. Then they are asking by how much. For that, what you can do, you have to subtract them. By 85 minus 7.2, multiply by 10 raised to the power 9, I have taken common, right? So subtract them, you will get here 77.8 into 10 raised to the power 9 rupees. So this much more amount was spent in 2003 in the housing scheme. Clear? So like this you have to solve your question number 6. Then come to your question number 7. So in question number 7 they have given some statements. They are saying solve and write the answer in the standard form. Solve means you have to simplify. So whatever the operation is given to you, you need to apply that operation. So in the first part, you are given with the division. So what do you mean by division? First number divided by second. So you can write down first number whole upon second number, right? So these two numbers will be divided by each other. So you will divide 7.35 by 2.5. After dividing, you will get here answer 2.94. Okay, so this is the separate thing. So this much is over. After that, let us solve these exponents. 10 raised to the power minus 6 and this minus 7 will shift upwards. When you will shift this power upwards, or you can also apply the rule, bases are same, they are in division, power will be subtracted. So it will give you minus 6 minus minus plus 7. So that will give you ultimately 10 raised to the power 1. And now check the placing of the decimal. It is already after the one digit. It means this is already in the standard form. Clear? So that was the question only solved. So this we have solved, and write the answer in the standard form. So already it is in the standard form, so no need to convert. Okay. So this is about the A part. B and C part is your homework. I am discussing here about the D part. Okay. Already we have done this question in the question number 6. So two numbers are given to you and in between minus sign is there. It means subtraction has to be done. So there is one more method. I told you earlier, if negative power is there, it means you need to shift the decimal to the left hand side. But here you will not do that kind of work. Okay. So negative 6 and this is negative 5. So let's make the power same, because in the last we have to convert our answer in the standard form only. So this is the best way in solving the question. So this 10 raised to the power minus 5 I will bring downwards. That will become plus 10 raised to the power 5. And this will become 10 raised to the power 6. So I want to make both these powers same. So what you will do, out of this power 6, 110 will be taken out and will be divided by, will divide this 2.45. So what will happen if you divide 2.45 by 10? So what you will get here, 0.245. So that I am writing here into this 10 raised to the power, whatever will be left will be shifted upwards. Clear? So like this we can make both the powers same. Now take out this common, that is multiply by 10 raised to the power minus 5, and these numbers can be subtracted with the common method, right? 7.99 minus 0.245 will give you the answer 7.745. Multiply by 10 raised to the power minus 5 as it is. Clear? Now you can check here the position of the decimal. That is after one digit. It means already it is in the standard form. Is it clear? So now you come to know that why I have done the question in this way. I because we have to write down in the answer in the last in the standard form. That's why we are not removing this minus 6 and minus 5 completely. Okay. So best way to go solve the question in this way. Now come to the question number 8. So have a look on the statement. Suppose an ant crawls at a speed of 14 centimeter per meter. So in 1 minute the ant is covering 14 centimeter. How much distance? Okay, they are asking in kilometers. Can it cover if it crawls continuously for 100 hours? So we need to find out the distance covered in 100 hours. So let's find it. So this is, I have written the conversion. In 1 hour 60 minutes are there. So in 100 hours how many minutes will be there? 60 multiplied by 100 will give you 6000 minutes. So now distance covered in 1 minute, that is equal to 14 centimeter, and distance covered in 6000 minute will be equal to multiply by 6000. So it is there. So you are getting here 84,000 centimeter. So I have done one mistake over here. They are asking to convert the distance in kilometer. So in 1 centimeter how many meters are there? 100. So you can do like this, 84,000 will be divided by 100. For 100 for meter you need to divide by two zeros. So then further you have to convert meter into kilometer. In 1 kilometer how many meters are there? 1000. So three zeros for that. So ultimately 1 2 3 three zeros will be cancelled out. What is left over here? 84 into 10 raised to the power minus 2. So shift one place more, 8.4 into 10 raised to the power minus 3, and this answer will be in kilometer, right? So instead of writing this answer you can write down this, and this is the correct answer. One time you can match your answer at the back also. Clear? Now question number 9 I am leaving for you people. First of all you have to try. If you are getting the answer then it's well and good. Otherwise we will discuss the question number 9 in the next processing. Okay. But before that you need to comment me that you are able to solve question number 9 or not. If maximum of you are able to solve question number 9, then we will leave it. We will not discuss. Otherwise, we will discuss in the next session, right? So then come to your question number 10. In question number 10, they are talking about a chip. You know, chip means like in mobile phones, some chips are there. So let's assume for the SIM card, its length is given to you, breadth is given to you, and height is also given to you, and they are asking for its volume. You can have a look on the given numbers. So this is the width. It is given that 0.0000011235. So you can check out the decimal representation. It's a very big decimal representation. Okay, when you will find its volume, we know that volume is equal to L into B into H. When you multiply these three numbers, you will get a very much big decimal expression. Okay, so we need to make the calculation easy and short. So that can be done with the help of a standard form only. So see how I have written. I have converted the length in the standard form. In short, I am doing. Okay, breadth I have converted into the standard form. I have converted the height also in the standard form. So what I have done in the last, I have multiplied these three numbers, this one and this one, and this answer I am getting over here, right? And after that, this into this into this. So remember, think about the rule I told you in the last processing. The bases are same, they are in multiplication, power will be added. So what is the addition of 6, 6 and 7? That is 19 with the negative sign. Clear? So after that, put the unit of the volume, that is meter cube. Clear? So for this question, you must know the formula for volume of cuboid, because SIM card is in the form of cuboid only. Okay. So that is the other thing. The length, breadth, and height is very small, so we are not able to judge about its height. But still, it is a cuboid, and its volume will be equal to L into B into H. Right. So this is all about your processing number 2, and I hope you have understood it properly. Go through the video one or two times, then try to solve it in your notebooks. In case of doubt, you may ask for the help, right? So let's take the screenshot for the processing 2. So this one, let us start from here, the standard form, so that you can note down in your notebooks easily. So this is the first page that we have discussed today. Take it screenshot, then come to the second page, take it screenshot, then come to the third page, then fourth and the last page, take it screenshot, right? So let's hope for the best. I think you will be able to solve this exercise completely. Check your answer at the back also. In case of doubt, you are always welcome to consult me, right? And thanks for watching the video, and try to share your this video with your friends also, so that they can also get the help from this video. Okay, and see you next time for the next processing number 3. Thanks for watching the video.